Hey guys, I have written my speech over a day that I will absolutely never forget. It made me realize what I wanted to do with my life, and that's super important to me. So, a year ago, my sister was pregnant, and it was a girl. So, she had club feet, and we had to go to Vanderbilt for a 3D ultrasound to make sure everything else was all right and to get a more in-depth view of how bad her feet actually were. So we get to Vanderbilt, we're in the ultrasound, and the radiologist keeps going to her heart and her brain. And, I'm kind of concerned because I know that's unusual, but they were doing a full body ultrasound, so I was okay with it. And so we get the ultrasound results back, and we find out that my niece has hydrops, which is water or fluid around the major organs in the body. And statistically, it wasn't looking good that she would survive. And my sister was 31 weeks pregnant at the time, so she was almost full term. So they immediately admit my sister into Vanderbilt's neonatal unit. So, they attached her to all these monitors. She was at the time having contractions, so they were monitoring her contractions, monitoring the baby's heart rate, and the nurses were awesome. They were so nice. They were there for our every need, every new rotation. The nurses knew who we were. They knew our situation. They knew that, we needed somebody there for us. So, all of a sudden, the monitors start going crazy, and all these people rush in, and, my mom and I are standing there, and we don't know what's going on. So, later, the labor and delivery surgeon, she comes in there and explains to us what's going on, and that there was a very good chance that the baby was going to be stillborn. So at this time, we've called all the family. They're on their way down there. My sister's boyfriend had went and got them clothes and stuff, and he was on his way back. And it was devastating. We had no idea. We were going in there for a club feed, and when we get all this news, it was absolutely devastating. So, my family and I, we got a hotel right next to the hospital, and they had given us all of our options, if that how big of a chance that she was going to be stillborn. So we took in all of our options, all of our choices, everything that we had that the doctors had given us, and my sister decided that she was going to have a C-section because she didn't want to put herself through the intensity of labor if she was going to be stillborn, since that is harder on the body. So, about 5 o'clock in the morning, we get a call from my sister's boyfriend telling us that there was too much stress on my sister, and they had to end up doing a emergency C-section. So we rush over to the hospital, and the doctors were right that she was stillborn. And I knew at that moment, as soon as I walked into the NICU unit, I knew that that is what I wanted to do. If something just hit me, it felt right. That felt like I needed to be there. So, all in all, it was a terrible experience to go through, but I'm so thankful that my niece showed me that what I wanted to do with my life, because if we hadn't have gone through that, then I would end up choosing something that I wouldn't be happy with doing. And even though, it took a toll on me and my family and my sister, it was terrible on all of us. We've understood, we came to the realization that God just didn't want her to be on this earth. She was too perfect to be on this earth, that she needed to be with Him, and we are okay with that. So I'm glad I got to share my story with you guys about how I decided what I was going to do with my life, and I'm so excited. I cannot wait to help people that are in the same situations as my family was. And I can't wait to figure out, the mystery behind what causes all these diseases and everything that hurts the baby and the mother. So I'm excited, and I hope y'all like my story.